Fox, I'm going to stuff you, lad. You know. Oh. Oh. I used to be able to do that. And then I started smoking and then it stopped and then I couldn't. This bloody hose. Oh, you'll get to see this eventually on. No, just don't buy that kit. It's shit. Yeah, I know, I just swore in a video. I don't do that. I'm doing the video for that one. That one. I'm doing. Oh, bloody Nora. Yeah, I'm doing the video for that one. My word, that's a nasty kit. It's a great idea at the time. Yeah, as I was spray painting this and seeing the lovely rich, reddy brown going on, all of a sudden I thought to myself, I actually mentioned it in the video at the time. I can't remember if it's part 6 or 7. This will make a nice chestnut hose, this would. And I went and bought a hose kit. I thought, yeah, why not? Because this thing's doing its thing with the gunk wash and drying and taking all the days. I've spent 2 days gluing it. The glue took around all this and all that eventually. What it is, with it being injection moulded kits, and it's a cheap kit as well, I picked it up for like a £5 off eBay, something daft like that. You get the two halves of the mould that come in together like that. What's happened is, on both halves of the horse's fuselage, I don't know the anatomy, ignore the head. So the two halves of the fuselage are literally that. But both halves, once they've come out of the mould, they've been kicked out of the mould early, so they've actually warped away from each other like that. So the two halves actually, I can't actually get my hand around far enough. They both do that away from each other. Now I could correct it with heat, but I risk turning the thing into a puddle. Either by sticking it in a bowl of hot water and then moulding it, but then you risk putting fingerprints or finger indentations into the kit, or I could do it with a hairdryer. Again, same problem. The very, very, very worst case scenario is I turn the thing into a big puddle. I'm really glad I bought that kit now. Anywho, let's build a speedy bike. That is bloody gorgeous. Right, so I managed to get hold of one of these awesome stands that Bandai also make. I picked this up from Amazon, I think it was. As you can see, the attachment point underneath comes in very, very handy for that stand, so you can stick it up in the air and carry on building. Now I'm going to leave and cause out the instructions for these little lever things to be put on the centre console now. I'm going to leave those till last so that I can stick those in and weather it right at the last minute. Already done that stage. There's a sub-assembly. So we're going to stick in. My batteries are playing silly buggers on me again. I've got a brand new battery there. It's just been, well, it's not brand new, it's the other battery that's normally charging off to the side there. Down there somewhere. Little green light saying, yeah, it's charged, and I just put it in and it said, no it's not. On my camera. Oh, do you know. I think I need to get some new batteries. And they go in there, like that. Because that's fiddly. They go in there like that, and then that goes in there like so. There's a good chance a lot of this is going to end up as bloody time lapse again. And then that goes that way round. On to thing. The armour builder in me, he's wanting to replace that tiny little cable I've just put on with some wire. Come on, get him. There we go, that's better. That's better. I think I could have a fiddle now. If, like me, you happen to be long-sighted in real life, you can tell a bus number from a quarter of a mile away. But you put anything this kind of close in front of you, your eyes are struggling like mad. Do put your glasses on. Don't be a silly little moo like I'm being right now. I'm not having the glasses on. Bugger your bride. Right, I've had enough of these batteries now, that's flashing again already. Oh, me. I'm going to cry in a minute. Technology hates me. Oh hey, yeah, I'm just chilling out, completely out of context, in a snowy background, in my camouflage outfit, riding my dagnabbit speeder bike. There we go, that's a better angle. Yay! Yay! Woohoo! And things like that. Look at that wobble. Look at that wobble, yes. Oh, these batteries. These batteries are buggered. Look at that. That's silver. That's silver, that is. Right then. So I've just done a couple of photos for my Facebook page. I can't even get him in the shot. There we go. Yes. It's absolutely gorgeous. You need this kit. You need this kit. Give this a go. It's only paint. I'm gonna try that again. I'm going to take this outside in the morning and hopefully the weather's going to be nice, and we'll give this a matte varnish just to kill that shine, because it's all shiny and you can't see the actual work that I've done to it because there's too much shine. And then we'll do some final bits and bobs weathering wise, like add some chips in here and there. Ooh, squeaky springs. And so we'll add some chips to the front and to the front of these strake things. Add some chips, a little bit more dry brushing, give it another matte varnish, and then hopefully that'll be it. Now you probably noticed in the photos the seat's not actually on yet, because I want to keep that shiny-ish to simulate some kind of vinyl-y, leathery type thing, like seats normally are. So, yep. Matte varnish that. Croaky throat's back. Matte varnish that in the morning, and then we can do our thing and finish him off and stuff like that. Oh my word! I've literally just popped home from from work. My boss doesn't know I've run out of the building. That's the result of the matte varnish. It's absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. Let's flip it around so we can see the other side. Absolutely stunning. I'm happy with that. I'm genuinely happy with how that's turned out. So when I get back later on and stop wiggling, put the lighting out. There's a bit too much glare still. Look at that. I love how that's turned out around the front. It's gorgeous. And you get that mellow blend into the German ochre. It's lovely. So when I get back later on, we'll add a little bit of chipping, not too much. I only want a little bit. I don't want heavily weathered. On this one it's weathered enough as it is, but just the odd spot here and there where it's been scratched and scuffed and things like that, just to emphasise, especially around the lady lump, right at the front there. We've already got some metal weathering on there anyway from the metal wax. We'll just emphasise that with a couple of scratches as well, where it's hit the bushes and small animals and things like that. And we'll add some down this front end too. Same thing. I mean, all that there basically, as well as the steering, that'll be cutting through undergrowth and things like that. So yes, I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Fox, I'm going to stuff you, lad. Ever since I watched that on your video that time, oh, I've had that stuck in my bloody head. And every time I'm setting up, I start whistling that. It's you, your fault, you're a hinge. Honestly. Alright, I'll sort myself out. Showing this to my dad earlier, after I'd finished it, and I'm all giddy and I'm all like, look at this, isn't it fantastic? Look how it's turned out. And he stood there, put his glasses on. What am I looking at, son? I know. Bless him. That's getting a bit squeaky. That's like my knee. Alrighty, so how to do this? How to do this indeed. How to do this? I could, I suppose, grab this thing and start slicing away and things like that. I don't really want to. Because I'm scared. I'm scared. I am. I'm scared. One of you gets off. I'm scared. I really am. Genuinely frightened how to do this. Genuinely frightened. And of course, I could quite happily leave this as it is, and there's a part of me that wants to do so. Oh, look at that. There's a part of me that wants to do so, but it's a compact vehicle. There's a part of me wants to take the Dremel to this as well and just put a few dinks in and stuff like that. There you go, just a gentle scrape. Gentle scrape. Just to have the suggestion of a few scratchings here and there. Nothing major, don't go, you know, gouging in. As you can see, I'm literally using the tip of the blade. Helps with the shoulder shot, doesn't it? So it's literally just the tip. Very gently, you know, barely touching the surface here. Barely touching. A couple there as well. And again, think of your, I'll sort of show you, the direction of flow, direction of travel. Just cutting through undergrowth. Oh, focus. He's cutting through the undergrowth, so he's going to be heading that direction. Let's get a couple down here as well. Yeah, should not go overboard. It's just suggestions that something's happening. It just emphasises the stuff that we've already done. There you go, that's good. If you do this properly, you just scratch away the top layers of paint like you would in real life, and you'll see all the different shades that we've added being revealed again. There's a part of me screaming, "This is wrong!" There we go. He just blends that back. That's a better angle. There's nothing major. It's just a replication of what would happen in real life. Nothing sinister. No excessive gouging or anything like that. Oh! Put it back on the stand for the time being. Okay, and that's that. There we go. Bloody glorious. It really is. I'm happy with how it's turned out, I really am. So, where's my seat? Where's my seat? You can of course have these vents open or closed. They give you two sets. That's the open set, and then there's a closed set as well. But for me, even if you have him displayed static, leave those open and then you can have a look. Oh, you can have a, he says you can have a look at all that engine detail, because there's no point in covering that up. Even if you're having static, he's not going anywhere pose. There really isn't any point in covering all that lovely detail up. Have it open. Get him on his knees. No, not like that. Get him on his knees and have a look inside the engine. There we go. It's not quite on properly, but I'll fiddle with that off camera. Right, so a couple of small details left, like putting in those little control columns, control lever things there, and painting this in red. Some kind of red. What shall we use? What shall we use? Let's go with an Italian red for now and see what that looks like. So that's the darkest of my reds in this model air range. I've got several shades. We might go through them a little bit. Now, I'm not going to add white to it at all. If I do decide it needs lightening or anything like that, because obviously if you add white to red it'll go pink. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. So what we do is we actually add orange to the red to lighten it. Pop off this stand. You see that? Yeah, excellent shot. Awesome. So nothing too strenuous. Literally just colour in a spotting. Tell you what, let's do one there as well. Just for a bit of interest. Like that one there. If I remember rightly. Right in there, right in that control lever. That's red too. That's the shoot button for the laser. I probably can't get close enough for that. Yeah, I can. That's the go button for the lasers. The current thing. Oops. So put that back on the stand, we'll let that dry for a few minutes. Get on. And so a few seconds later, a few minutes later we're going in with the orange, which is that number. I'll do a paints list again at some point up towards the end of the video. Let me get ready for the big reveal. Just very, very gently. Going to layer on a couple of little swirly things like that. It looks like there's absolutely nothing on there. But there is. Just build it up in little layers. It's not a problem. And what we can actually do now is we can add white to the orange. Literally the tiny spot of white. We'll get a shade that we like. And bring the white back in. Come here, yo. Literally just a spot. Probably a little bit too bright, but never mind. We'll lose that with the gloss that goes on over the top. Not a problem. If it is too bright for your liking, just come back with some darker orange just to blend in. It's okay. That'll make sense in a minute when I gloss it. Put that back in there. I'm just going to add some satin varnish to that centre spot. Just to liven that up a little bit. Makes it all nice and shiny, and it makes it look like it's a proper type of button type thing, because I have no idea what that actually is. As much as I love Star Wars, I don't know all the details of vehicles and things like that. Genuinely don't know what it is. Could be a display screen. Some description. Or is it the big red button that they hit and it makes the whole thing go like the old Cunning kits do? I've still not found that. I've got one somewhere, I'm sure I have. So I'm just going to organise my desk a little bit better because it's all crowded again, and then I'll bring down my old MPC kit that's up in the corner, I got when I was a kid, and we'll compare these two kits and see how awesome this thing is. Yeah, because of my silly moo, I forgot to press record whilst I was doing this. Right, come on, focus, 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 focus. So, for the straps, I've just used the cam green that we used on the Scout Trooper. And that's just for the straps. Oh, come on Tony, think. For the buckles, very, 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 very gently went over with steel. These are all model airs. And I'll try and do a paints list as well at some point. For the highlights and lowlights, we just used the khaki brown that we used originally for the base coat. We've added tiny amounts of white for the highlights. You can probably see the blends there. Tiny amount of white for the highlights on the base colour, and then tiny amounts of cam green into the base colour too, just to emphasise where the gunk wash was. Now up close, the same as the it's exactly the same techniques as used on the Scout Trooper on the uniform part, where we've added highlights and lowlights to these grey areas. So it's exactly the same techniques, just follow all the contours. Up close it looks like crap, it really does, it's just like random paint strokes, but as you move further away to a proper viewing distance, it all blends and tricks the eye into thinking there's depth where there isn't. Fantastic technique. Hang on, just let me breathe out. I'll just run upstairs. Right, and then once all that's done, seal it in with a matte varnish just to dull it all down again. Righty dokie. So we've had a nosy at this kit in one of my showcase videos that I did quite a long time ago now. This is the NPC kit. Not too sure what scale it is, it looks like a 1/10 scale. It is slightly bigger than the Bandai kit, but the inaccuracies in this thing are absolutely astounding. And at the time when I was building it I thought, yeah, what a cracking kit, but if you look at the front end, look at these front strakes here, especially this bottom splitter, it's nowhere near as accurate as the Bandai kit is. Nowhere near as accurate. And you look at the figure himself as well, it's just absolutely shocking. Look at that face. That face is just wrong. It's absolutely hilariously wrong, it really is. Now it's an evil kit. As you can see I did a pinning on him because, but I can't find it again now. It came with a clear acrylic disc that you're supposed to stick into the base. Now I can't find it again now. Which was supposed to go across that back end there, which was completely the wrong shape and just didn't work at all. It was rubbish. Could have stayed at that back end. And you compare it with the Bandai kit, which is all kinds of awesome. And I've lost the floppy things as well, because I did this when I was about 15. I know there's a few guys out there at the moment that are finding some of these old kits on eBay and things like that. A lot of you are involved with the Millennium Falcon group. Every now and then I see a post, I found this, I found that, I found the other, and I'm thinking, no, don't build it. Don't build it, it's a shocking kit. It's nearly as old as I am. It's just wrong. Yeah, it was a decent effort. You know, bearing in mind it was 1983, 84 when this kit came out. So the technology available at the time wasn't anywhere near as good as it is these days, with laser cut moulds and things like that. But it was a decent effort, but it was a terrible kit. The amount of work I had to do to correct mistakes in it, and this is when I was 15 when I got this kit. So it's what, 25 years ago? Something like that. Yeah. It was a good effort. Right then, let's get that background a little bit busy. Hop. I'll stick that in just to distract everything. Just stop my camera focusing on about 17 different things at once. And there we go, right. Now I've just had a quick play of posing him. He's not exactly cooperating with me, as I'm sure some of you have found out already. For one, these legs aren't behaving like they should do. It's not quite human movements, so you can't quite rotate the foot like we can. It's close. Eventually they do kind of go in. So it's not quite got the full range that we've got. Full range of movement, use your words. He's there or thereabouts, but he is fiddly. But who cares? It's a scout trooper. He's on a bike. He doesn't quite sit down properly. I have noticed that. But it's tiny things. It's tiny things. On the whole, if I was to give this kit a mark out of 10, it'd easily be a 13. Easily. I've got my daddy in the background somewhere. Going to the restroom. He's quite windy tonight, my dad, so you probably hear some burping in the background. I'll not apologise, it's human. It's what we do. But yeah, if I was to give this kit a mark out of 10, it'd easily be a 13. Easily. And if a chump like me can achieve this kind of finish, you guys definitely can. Have a play. Don't be scared, it's only paint. Get yourself stuck in. And so, as always, I think at the time of filming I'm very close to 450 subscriptions now. Thank you all. You are all beautiful people. Yes, even you, Chris. Can't find the words. I never can find the words at this point. I'll start choking up a little bit and start crying a little. I do, because it means so much to me. I can't thank you guys enough for following this, and the amount of feedback I've had so far has been absolutely enormous. I was dreading it because, you know, I've changed something canon. Changing canon always gets a bad result. It always ends up with somebody shouting, "That's not right." Normally, in the Star Wars universe, it's about 4,000 people. So yeah, every time you change canon, especially with anything to do with Star Wars, you tend to get a lot of reaction against it. But the response I've had for this is absolutely mind-blowing. It really is, and I can't thank you guys enough. So that's about 20 minutes worth of waffle sorted out. But yeah, please buy yourself some cheap kits. Yeah. Doesn't have to be anything flashy and expensive or anything like that. Hang on, where's my kit gone? I lost it. Where's it gone? Back in a second. Bear with me. No, stop it. Oh. I mean, these are the kind of things I do all the time when I'm not filming. Things like this. Yeah, it's a flat boring panel of a carrier. Okay. Yeah, it's all flat boring panels, as you can see. And the only way to add any interest in it whatsoever is to appreciate it like that. Do some black and white modulation. I mean, you can buy kits like this, where it's got all these different shades of paint in there, and then it gives you the instructions of how to use the different paints. And you can see that you start with a dark, then you go into a medium, then a light, then you do your highlights, then you come back do some shadows, and then you add your things like that. And somebody got me that for my birthday, and as grateful as I am for it, I can get the exact same result with black and white modulation. As you can see there, I've used 3 colours instead of 6. So it's, you know, it's easy to do. It is easy. It's not as hard as you think it would be. It looks technical. It kind of is. Practice. Get some old wallpaper and practice with your consistency, like when you're mixing the paints down. You know, things like that as well. When you've got flat panels all over the place. There we go. Got an upper and lower hull, like so. And you can see straight away Dirty Great Big Shadow. So black and white modulation just emphasises all that. Give it a go. It's an awesome technique, and it's a fantastic tool to have in your arsenal. I can't do that as good as Eric Morecambe does. And for my colonial cousins, this is what I'm talking about.
Now, Mr. Morecambe, here is your next question. Who won the FA Cup in 1930? Arsenal! Correct, Arsenal!
One of the funniest guys who ever walked the planet. Really was. Dearly missed. Got a flashy battery up here somewhere, so I'll wrap it up here and I'll say thank you again for sharing this journey with me. I'll throw some readers' photos in here now, and we'll end the episode here. Diorama coming soon, but it won't be for a few more weeks yet because I've got work to do and things like that, so stay tuned. Thank you guys, I love you all. Mwah! Yeah, I just kissed you. Should have some fun with the green screen. Yeah, why not? Right, so I'm using shocking equipment and stuff like that. I'm not bloody Lucas. Stop. Oh, Jesus. Just goes to show. Ugh. Shoestring budgets and all that. Yeah. Ah. You definitely need this kit. It's awesome.